Today we're going to be looking at the Tier 8 Chinese medium tank, the Type 59. I think this tank is quite underrated. I got it earlier today in a bundle for 5,000 gold with the camo and 20 gold boosters, and I think that's quite a good deal. I did not have the gold on hand at the moment, so I sold my AMX CDA, a tank which I had not been enjoying. I did grind the 330,000 damage, but I just didn't like it, so I figured I could sell it and get this tank instead, and I'm enjoying it far more. I'll show you some of my stats. I'm going 100% in 4 games, and I'm not averaging that much damage, but pretty good win rate. I'm going to talk about the actual tank now. The turret has 197 mils facing at the front, and on the sides it has 150, which is quite good. The hull has 100 on the upper plate, but it's actually more than that, because you can see it's quite steeply angled, so it's not a very easy pen. Yeah. The view range is 271 meters, which is good. It has 1800 DPM, which is a little lackluster, but it's not bad for a Chinese medium. And it's still fairly competitive. You will feel the lack in DPM, but it's okay if you work it. It has a 9-second reload for 280 alpha, which does feel quite nice. That's a good number. You're going to be out-trading tier 7s and a few tier 8s, but tier 9s will wallop you quite hard. The penetration is where it gets a bit worse, only 195 millimeters on the AP and 253 on the APCR and 54 on the HE. That's with calibrated shells, which is not the greatest, but you can work it if you just try and get to the sides and behind the vehicles. Its aiming time is 4.9 seconds, which is very fast, and its dispersion is about 0.3, which isn't bad. It only has 7 degrees of gun depression, but it's fine. And its top speed is 56 and 20 in reverse, but its average speed is only 34. So it's not slow, but it does have a good power to weight at 16. It's not slow, but it's not that fast. Its turret turn rate and the hull turn rate are 50 and 57. So in 3 seconds you can do a full traverse. It's very good on that. You're never getting flanked. So yeah, it is overall I think it's quite a well balanced tank. And I'm going to show 2 replays that I have here today. And I did okay, not very well, but I just wanted to show 2 replays. I'll start with the one I did better in on Black Gold Fill. I do get beat up a bit in this replay, and you'll see where the penetration isn't very good. The aiming time though is very good, and the shell velocity is very fast. It's as fast as it's not as fast as a Leopard 1, but it's very good shell velocity. Your shells will hit tanks in very fast. You'll shoot and they'll immediately get hit. The T-49 blocks me for some reason. The enemy team is quite good. Is not the best match for us. They have they have 4 heavies and we've got low penetration. In this tank, you usually want to be brawling mediums. And I look here for a moment to see if there's anyone I can spot, and then I see the entire enemy team's on the other side of the map, so I decide to get over there and start supporting my team a bit more. Basilisk gets nuked, which is kind of annoying, and you can see here where the aiming time is quite good. I'm driving almost full speed, and then I immediately stop, and I aim in fast. You can see where that's good. And now, our T-49 has decided to YOLO the T-69, which is an auto-loader, which is not a good move. So I'm gonna brawl the T-69 using my mobility. I'm over 50 kilometers an hour, and I get 1 shell in, setting him on fire. And you can see his turret can't catch up with me. I'm flanking around, and the T-49 somehow misses, but I get the finishing shell in. That's how you should really be using this tank. You should be circling heavies and brawling mediums, and trading with and if you have to, you can trade with heavies, but it's really not a good thing to be doing. And you can brawl lights as well. I killed him on a blind shot, but I kind of knew where he was. I can't HE AMX 1390 or get a shell in, so I decided to push up and try and deal with the IS-3. Yeah. This tank does have quite good aiming time, but you can see I only give myself like a second to aim in, so the shell does miss. While the aiming time is good, the overall dispersion isn't that good. So I'm gonna try and brawl with this heavy IS-3, and this is where you can see some of the downsides. I can barely pen him, and he has way more alpha than me, so there's not too much I can do to him. He also has more hit points than me, so there really just isn't much I can do to him. With AP I can only pen the side of his turret and the back of him, so I activate my adrenaline and try to get as many shells in. This is where you can see the lackluster DPM. I am only getting a shell out every few seconds, and I can't pen his side without heat, so that's making my DPM even lower. But I can't really pen him frontally except for one slit, which I hit here, but you'll see in a minute I just won't be able to hit it, which is quite annoying. So, although we are going to win this, it's just quite hard to... There's not much I can do to him, you see. I can only pen him in the sides and the rear, and a little flap in the front with APCR premium. So, it's just... This is one of the situations where it feels quite weak. You really do want to be brawling with mediums. You don't want to try and trade with heavies. You can see he rolls me for 399, and to pen him, I need to load APCR. And the most that can do is like 200 damage on the premium. So what? Here, I'll try and show you a view of what's going on here. Come on, faster, faster, faster. There's the IS-3 defender. He got shot by another tank in our team, and in a minute he's gonna get finished off by this player. This guy yellows in and finishes him off. And with that, we have the win. Hooray. So, in that game, I wasn't really able to use the capabilities that much because the heavy I was brawling, I can barely penetrate him. It's like an IS-3, he's not even that armored. So, you can see where it can fall apart quite quickly when you just can't pen your opponents. I got a 3rd class, which is okay. I had a ×5, and I'm running gold boosters, so yeah. I did okay, 1600. My second game was on Molendijk, and here you can really see the brawling capabilities of this tank. It's quite effective. The enemy team has quite a lot of high alpha tanks, which is annoying, but it does come back to bite us in the end when we just get nuked by the ISU. ISUs should really be nerfed. They're way too strong. Now, I'm pinging to move up, but it's not really working. I'm pinging to move up because I want my team to push with me. So that's good. Okay, I'm just going to push up until I spot something, which is the good thing. I'm going to push to A here. You'll see in a minute I spot a tank right there. So that's good. I see the T-23E3. I'm not really scared of this tank. He's only a tier 7. And I've got my SMV with me, so my aim is just to try and get as much damage as possible into him. I pull up on him, I get 1 shell in. You can see this guy gets shot by the ISU, which is annoying, and he proceeds to dump his clip. I load a HE just to see if I can get more damage in, and I follow him over and get a bounce for 350 from the AMX CDA. Now I'm fully aimed in, and I'm a bit mad this shot missed. I don't know, I guess it's just the dispersion. It is 0.3, like, it's not amazing, but that probably should have hit. It's just getting a bit trolled. I get a shell into the back, module crit for 317 roll. My teammate dies, and I can brawl the AMX CDA. In normal conditions, if it was just me v this guy, I would be able to easily dominate. But there's a Type 62, and he's getting supported by his ISU. The ISU just hits me for 323, which is annoying. And now my my tier 7's trying to fight him. I'm backing away from this guy, and I poke to get another shell, and when the ISU hits me for 577 again, and now he's tunneling me. I would get more damage out, but for some reason that misses. I don't know why, and this guy's tunneling me, trying to kill me. I've got no clue why. So he gets cleared by our teammate. You can see he's dead. All that's left is CDA, and then there's something else. I'm sorry about this. And then that was the last person to die, which is good. So we won that game. We definitely could have brawled a lot more with that CD, but the ISU was just nuking us over and over, so there was nothing we could do. So a pretty bad game, only 1500, but at least it's a 3rd class. That's fine. No kills, 0.700. The armor, while not amazing, is pretty robust, so it's a good tank overall. I would recommend picking it up in the bundle, which is gone now, but it was 5k gold. You missed out. It's a good tank, and I think the camo looks absolutely amazing. This QUINBIN camo. So yeah, that's my review in the Type 59. I would definitely recommend picking it up if you can. Underrated tanker, what the Sigma.